Welcome to the Give Back to the Game podcast, first episode. My name is Philip Witter. I am one of your hosts. If you guys want to introduce yourselves.
I am Sam Hodge.
All right, Sam Hodge and
William Witter.
William Witter. All right, so Philip Witter, William Witter, Sam Hodge. Get it out of the way now. We are twins, so brothers and then brother in Christ.
Hoping to be a part of the family.
Yeah, right, exactly. Okay, so just a little background about who we are, what we're doing with this podcast, and what we hope to accomplish. So, background, I grew up watching football, love college football. I fell in love with the game, honestly, through my brother. Watching him play made me want to play, and I had the pleasure of getting to start playing football at a young age. Got to go to ASU, Arizona State University's home football games starting in 2007 and have been hooked ever since. So I'm just a avid Arizona State football fan and a big Navy fan. So go Navy, beat Army. You guys will hear lots of that as we get going throughout the future episodes when Navy and Army actually do play. We won't be covering any of that today, but yeah, so you guys want to introduce yourselves, how you fell in love with the game, and who your fandoms are for.
All right. Well, I don't even exactly remember the time that football got its grip on me, but I just have vivid memories of watching it at Grandpa's house in California. Remember seeing the Sunday night football and just like, man, this is sick. And then the first memory I have at a game was ASU Nevada, I think like 2006. And we just hammered them, hung like 50 on them. And just the fireworks, the crowd, the excitement. I'm like, man, this is sweet. And then I got mad in 07, and then it was a wrap from there.
Yeah. That was the one.
Shout out the
Sean
Indianapolis
Alexander.
Colts. Yeah, Sean Alexander was on the cover, but the Indianapolis Colts in that game, we had Peyton Manning. Dominic Rhodes was the running back. And I just run halfback stretch.
I didn't get around until Madden 09.
Really?
Far.
Yeah, I would just run halfback stretch with Dominic Rhodes, or I would run that play action. It was a play action stretch play, so it had a go on the left side with Reggie Wayne, and then I had a deep crosser with Marvin Harrison. And you couldn't stop it because Reggie Wayne and Marvin Harrison were insane in that game. Yeah. So, plus he always had the play action fake, so it all worked out for me. But anyway, Sam, if you want to keep going.
Yeah, name's Sam Hodge. I really fell in love with football when the Cardinals made it to the Super Bowl, their one and only time. Yep. Back in 08. Our next door neighbor, his name is Fred. Fred is such a great Cardinals fan. He got me into it because he was over for both the playoff games, the Panthers game and the Eagles game, and he just was getting amped up. It was my first time watching it, and that's really when I fell in love with it.
Shout out Fred, man.
Yeah. Shout out to Fred.
Fred really got me going.
Yeah. We all need a Fred in our lives.
Literally. I don't even know who our Fred would be. You know who it is?
I would be your Fred.
You would be my Fred. Yeah. But Todd. He's
Classic
my bro.
Throwback.
He's your bro. He's Kim bro. Used to shout that at the ASU games.
Yo, mama's a... We can cut that.
Yeah. So shout out to Todd. But yeah, so really what we hope to accomplish with this podcast is to take a deeper dive into all things college football. Today, we're going to be going over like the quick introductions into who we are, what we want to accomplish, all that sort of thing. Then we're going to do a slight conference-by-conference breakdown of teams that we like. Not necessarily just teams that we feel like have a shot to win the conference, but teams that we feel like did a good job addressing their holes in the transfer portal and in recruiting. So we have 5 conferences we'll go over, and we'll highlight that a little bit later. And then on the back half, we will be doing a Week 0 games preview. We just watched a video where apparently ESPN is saying it's just 2 weeks of Week 1, but I'm all on board to to get on the what do you call
Yeah,
it?
it's still week 0.
It's still week 0. Yeah,
Forever
we're
and
gonna
always.
fight. We're gonna fight back, and we're gonna get and fall in line in that regard. So we're gonna go through the 5 week 0 games that are happening on Saturday this week. At the time of this recording, it's Wednesday, August 20th, and we are just chilling in my living room talking some ball. So I'm excited to get started. And obviously, our hopes with this podcast is, it's more of a dream. We've been talking about producing or doing some kind of college football related content since we were freshmen in high school. So now it's been 10 years, which is crazy. The fact that, we've been wanting to do this for so long, and now we're finally getting to do it. And I'm just so psyched to be here, finally getting it going. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy the content. If you could, please like and subscribe. We'll include all of our social media channels and stuff like that. So if you guys could go ahead and just kind of pump that up for us so we can start, really diving into making content full time. We have a lot of really cool ideas we'd love to do, but fortunately we all have 9-to-5 jobs.
For now.
For now, we have 9-to-5 jobs, so doing content and all that stuff is a lot harder to do full time. So right now it's just a part-time thing. We're just going to be doing 1 episode a week. We should be releasing every Friday morning, so be on the lookout for that. We'll be doing breakdowns of games, teams, players that you should be looking out for. A little bit about who we are and what we specialize in. I was kind of telling you, Sam, earlier. Sam is going to be our football strategy savant, okay? Everything when it comes to schematics and formations, the ins and outs, the X's, the O's. Sam Hodge is our guy. When it comes to William is our scouting and intel savant. This guy has been telling me about future NFL stars since I can remember. I mean, he told me about Josh Allen before his junior season when Josh Allen was a nobody. He was telling me about Josh Allen. Maybe only Josh Allen's family and the Wyoming faithful could have told you about that. And I'm drawing a blank on the rest of the guys you were telling me about ahead of time, but there's a laundry list.
Hundreds.
Lots of rights, lots of wrongs.
Yeah, lots of rights, lots of wrongs.
No,
You
just the
really
rights,
only
just the
remember
rights.
the rights.
Selective memory.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. But yeah, and then I'm gonna be just the podcast guy. Yeah, thumbs up in the back.
Philip can talk.
I can talk.
The
Philip's
gift of
really good at
gab.
talking.
I have the gift of the gab. That's why I am doing most of the talking.
He's our
right at
resident
this
salesman.
moment. I am the resident sales guy. It's true.
Full-time sales guy.
Yeah, it's true. But yeah, so be on the lookout for some more content via our social medias. We're going to be posting a lot more content via the shorts that we've got going on TikTok and Instagram. We're going to be doing some more breakdowns on Twitter and just a lot more cool things to come. So feel free, give us a like, give us a follow, please subscribe. It helps us out a lot. Let us know also what you feel like we're doing well, what we're not doing well. Obviously, this is our first episode, so we want to make sure that we can make this platform as friendly and engaging for you guys, the viewer, as possible. So feel free to leave us some comments letting us know what you feel like we did well, what we could improve on in terms of the conference by conference breakdown. If you want to see more in-depth stuff or the week 0 matchups, let us know, and we will make sure to read every comment, do our best to what am I trying to say? Do our best to receive it and apply it into what we want to do going forward. So with that being said, we would love to make this our full-time jobs. Okay, I'm going to go on record and say that we're all thinking it. We would love to be able to make content and do some awesome things with college football. The way that college football has really impacted our lives, we would love to make college football our life as well. So help us get there. And yeah, so now we're going to just real quickly dive into the conference by conference breakdown. I know we did some prep for this. The 5 conferences we're going to be highlighting are the ACC, the American Athletic Conference, the Big 12, Conference USA, and the Mountain West. Reason being, 4 of those conferences are going to have games featured this week, with Big 12 featuring Iowa State, Kansas State, and Kansas. The ACC. Does the ACC have anyone going? Yeah, Stanford's going this week.
Mm-hmm.
Conference USA matchup with Sam Houston State, Western Kentucky, Mountain West, Hawaii, Fresno State, and I just threw the American in there just because I figured let's knock out another Power 5 while we're here, right?
Group of 5.
They're not a group of 5.
American?
The AAC is the Power 5. No, wait
What
a
are the
second.
Power
What are you talking about?
Wait
Group
a second.
of 5. There's no Power 5. It's Power 4 or Power 4.25,
That's right.
however you look at
All
the
right,
Pac-12.
well, we're doing
Power
2 Power
4.2
4
loading.
schools and
5
3
next year.
group of whatever
It's
schools.
more than 5 now, isn't
And
it?
then it used to be kind of a, was it Power 5 or what? What am I missing?
It was Power 5.
It was
Pac-12 's
Power
out.
5.
Pac-12,
Pac-12 is
RIP.
what it was. God.
Rising
Pac-12's
from
coming
the
back.
dead. Like the phoenix
Pac-12
from the
is
ashes.
coming back.
Mm-hmm.
It is like a phoenix from the ashes. So, yeah, I'll pass it off to you guys. We'll start with the ACC. William, are there any schools that you saw that outside of let's address it now? Clemson and SMU. Those are the 2 schools that I feel like
Yeah.
they're the top dogs. We'll give them their flowers. We'll say, you know what? Hey, pat on the back. Say you did good. Now you can sit up on top of the hill, look down at everyone.
Don't
as we
forget
talk
about Miami.
the rest. I'm not high on Miami personally, but we'll get into
Depends
it.
on Carson Beck, but yeah.
Yeah.
They certainly got a roster for it. I suppose I forgot to do my fandoms here, so maybe I'll backtrack on that. I can speak for all 3 of us when this is going to be an ASU podcast as well. I mean, we'll try to keep our bias out of it, but
Yeah,
it's going to be hard not
It's
to.
easy when they're good.
it is very easy.
So, diehard ASU fans. Sadly, as well, I'm an Iowa Hawkeye fan, and that is a tumultuous part of my Saturday.
Wow, what a word.
Yeah.
Special teams fan.
Yeah, I was gonna say big fan of
I love
punting.
Yep, love punting. Love field position games. There's nothing better than just
Swaggy
overthrowing
white
that
guys.
hitch on 3rd down for a first down.
That's right.
Pin him in the side to 2 and then forcing a safety just the way we knew it was going to happen.
That's right.
Run the ball.
Yeah. Why not?
Iowa has had kind of a good history in the last 15 years of good running backs.
Big time.
Oh
Yep. That's about all we can do.
yeah. And I'm trying to remember what the best.
It's like the
quarterback
only
I can
history
remember
we
is
have on
Ricky
offense
Stanzi.
outside of offensive line and tight ends. But
Yeah. Well, who was that? There was a running back probably 10 years ago. Number 25.
Akram Wadley.
There it is.
my guy,
Akram
Akram
Wadley.
Wadley.
That's
Now, there's-
10 years ago?
Oh,
LaShawn McCoy Light.
dude. Yeah, he was. I mean, what was that 2013,
No.
2014? Was he later than that?
15 to 17, 18.
Who was before Akram Wadley?
Jordan Canzeri.
Okay, so it probably started. I know Canzeri was a dog, but Wadley kind of started the trend of those Iowa backs being consistent. And then now, obviously, with Caleb Johnson going pro, and I know they lost LaShawn Williams to Kansas, which we'll dive into. So, anyway, I derailed you. Go ahead.
Yep. And then I'm an Army fan, so it's not looking as good this year
That's right.
as the last 10 years of Jeff Monken have been amazing, but I do try to catch every single Army game.
Yeah, well, the Commander-in-Chief trophy is coming home where it belongs with Navy this year, as I anticipate we're going to have one heck of a year. So, Sam, did you say what fandoms you are, or are you just going to stick with ASU?
No, I mean, I'm. You guys branch out a little bit. I keep it close to home.
Keep it tight.
Yeah, just ASU, Cardinals. Sadly, yeah, that's where I keep it tight. I don't got much else.
It's okay. Well, we'll get you to branch out at some point. You'll put the Sam Hodge stamp, the good old SS Hodge stamp on somebody, at some point this year.
I find teams
fun.
year by year. I have a little fun with. I
You
was
know
like
what?
in
And
I was
that's
like in
fine.
UNLV last year.
UNLV's
that's
last
right. He
year.
was riding
What about
Jackson
him?
Woodard.
That okay? I remember Jackson Woodard. The love there.
The weekly Friday night Jackson Woodard text.
All right. Well, give me
Love 'em.
you may not have taken a deep enough dive yet into into everybody to where you can identify somebody. But you have a team that you love this year.
This year, Power 5.
It could be Power 5.
Wait, let me
Outside
guess
of
before you
ASU.
say it. Let me guess. Get it in your mind.
That was a
let me
joke.
guess.
Power 5.
Oh, okay. You're giving me crap. See,
A
I'm
little
not
bit.
even catching.
A
It's
little
fine.
bit.
Roll with the punches.
Nothing off the top of my head right now. Oh.
Nothing.
You wouldn't say Florida?
Florida?
For you, I'd say Florida or Michigan. You've been so high on Lagway.
Yeah,
so high
and
on
Underwood, Bryce
Bryce Underwood.
I'm rooting for Bryce Underwood.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Mikey Keaton might have something to say.
You gotta root for the people that make the storyline fun. So
Right.
Lenore
Yeah.
Sellers,
You know, Mikey
DJ
Keene.
Lagway.
Yeah.
Bryce Underwood.
What?
Right.
What, Mike?
He's just picking, like, he just went straight down the Heisman odds list. He went, 1, 2, and 3. I'm gonna root for those guys.
Yeah. Keep it going.
No, I'm kidding, but
He likes
yeah,
big corporations too, and
Yeah, who?
he likes big corporations.
Fast
you
food.
know,
Yeah, big pharma and all that.
Yeah.
You like
all the
big
mainstream
QB.
stuff. You know.
Big athletic QB.
Have to.
Yeah.
Josh Allen in shorts.
There you go. All right, William, kick us off with the ACC.
All right. I mean, yeah, Clemson, obviously the top dog for good reason. I don't have anything crazy to say about Clemson. We all love Clemson.
Right, returning a lot of starters.
Yeah.
Dabo Sweeney.
SMU's good.
Don't need to say much more.
I mean, I love Duke. I love Georgia Tech. I think Florida State's going to be a lot better. But and I like Louisville as well. But for the sake of, like, you know, throwing out some sleepers on you,
Yeah.
'cause that's kind of more my lane. I got two teams just looking at rosters that I kind of like. And one is more like half the team or a third of the team because I like their defense. But so I guess I'll give you a third of it right now. I like Cal's defense. Like, I look top to bottom, all the transfers they got, the guys they're bringing back. I think they're going to be a really sneaky defense. They have kind of an easy schedule. Like, I was looking at it. Let me pull up Cal's schedule.
I have them going 5 and 7.
Yeah,
I like
I
the
think their
freshman
wins
starter.
at 5.5.
4 and 8.
4 and 8. I could see 4 and 8.
Yeah, I mean, I certainly could see that too. They got a couple cupcakes in there, but a pretty workable ACC schedule at Boston College early in the year. Home Duke, home North Carolina, at Virginia Tech, home Virginia, and then they kind of at Louisville, at Stanford should be okay.
Yep.
And then home SMU. I mean, there's some winnable games. There's some very difficult games, but I just think Cal's defense, just look out for some of them. But my sleeper team is the Virginia Cavaliers.
Ooh, really?
Tony Bennett.
All right.
Doing him.
Tell us a little bit about Tony Bennett.
Tony Bennett, the old men's basketball coach.
Yeah.
I'm doing it for him.
Yeah.
I got a sweet soft spot in my heart for Tony Bennett.
Tony Bennett.
Kyle Guy,
Respectable.
Jerome.
Well, right now they're sitting at 5.5 wins per FanDuel.
Let's pull up that roster.
So yeah, let's see their schedule.
Yeah.
Give us the path to 6 wins.
All right. I think it's a very doable schedule. They go home Coastal Carolina. That should be a W.
All right.
At NC State. I don't think NC State's anything crazy this year.
Really?
I like their quarterback. We'll see at running back. They got a young guy, not super productive history. A couple receivers. I mean, I really like their tight end. Got some returners on defense. Just NC State's not the sexiest team of all teams to me. I think early in the season we'll find out how good Virginia is there. William and Mary, Stanford. So right there, even if they drop NC State, they're 3-1 heading into a home game versus Florida State. Florida State, we don't know a thing about Florida State.
No, we don't.
All we know is that Tommy Castellanos.
Yeah.
Poke the bear.
Yeah.
They're getting cooked
Yeah,
week 1.
right.
That's what's happening.
So we're going to learn a lot about Florida State by then.
That's right.
So either the wheels are completely off the Florida State wagon by this point,
Yeah.
or
They may be.
they are going to spank Virginia.
Yeah.
So then we go at Louisville,
Mhm.
probably a loss there. I think Louisville's going to be pretty good this year. especially on the road. But then we got home Washington State. That should be another W. So what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, should be W's.
Mm-hmm. Possibly a fifth one with Florida State, maybe a sixth with NC State.
Then we go at North Carolina, at Cal, home Wake Forest, at Duke, home Virginia Tech. So you figure you got Wake Forest. You might have Cal on the road. I know I just said I like Cal's defense, but don't love Cal's offense. We'll figure out how good that 5-star freshman is.
I'm gonna attempt to say his name right now, just from memory.
Go for it.
Jaron Kiawe Saga. Sagapolutele.
There you go.
Did I get that?
Spoken like a true white guy.
Yeah, that's right. Like a Hawaiian, like a true Hawaiian. I apologize to anyone who can say that name at a normal pace, and I made it sound terrible, so I apologize. And sorry, Jaron. JKS is what he'll be referred to from here on out.
I probably could. I just don't want to upstage you. So.
No, that's fine. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
The decorum.
But, yeah, I mean, Virginia, if you actually look at their roster, that's the thing that I love the most. You got Chandler Morris coming off, almost 4,000 yards passing last season, 3,700 yards, 31 touchdowns. If you remember Chandler Morris from TCU, he beat out Max Duggan the year they went to the playoffs. Got hurt in the first game, and then Max Duggan never looked back. So you got Chandler Morris, experienced starting quarterback. You got a 3-head monster at running back, Xavier Brown, returner, Jamari Taylor from North Carolina Central. He's a 1,000-yard back. And Harrison Whaley. He was at Northern Illinois, then Wyoming. Last two trips. Very productive back. And then they brought in a couple receivers that I think are going to be solid players. Jamal Edrin from Purdue. Terrell Harris was there last year, got hurt, but he's a really good player from Washington State. Cam Ross, he's been UConn, James Madison, and then Jaden Thomas, who was at Notre Dame the last few years. I think they got an underrated receiver room. They got a bunch of guys. I think they got some good tight ends, and defensively they got a bunch of transfers in the secondary, a bunch of transfers at linebacker. I just think top to bottom, Virginia is a very underrated team that we're not talking about.
I love it.
There we go.
Watch out for the Who's, the Cavs.
The Who's. I love that. And
I'm going to look so smart when that hits. And if it doesn't hit,
then you just delete it.
Yeah, we have control. We have control of that.
We control the narrative on this channel.
The narrative is controlled.
The narrative is controlled. We should make T-shirts that say that.
Yeah. Big Brother is watching.
All right. So
Propaganda wins.
I wrote down a couple of teams. I have 3. One, I just heard that the starting quarterback, who was supposed to be the starting quarterback, just lost the job. Boston College. I watched a little bit of tape. I actually this morning just watched them against North Carolina, and they beat the tar out of the Tar Heels, pun intended.
They were just the Heels, yeah.
Just the Heels, yeah. They beat them so bad, they took the tar right off of them. Now they're just Heels. Yeah. And there were some insane throws that Grayson James was making, as well as just his quick, accurate, well-timed decisions. He was reading the field well, going through his progressions, left to right, right to left, read the defense well, and was just marching for most of the game. I mean, I didn't watch the full game. I saw enough of what I needed to. I watched the first quarter, and I saw, this guy looks good. So I do like Grayson James. I like how he whips the rock, but apparently he's not even the starter anymore.
Doesn't hurt to have a good backup.
No, not at all. And I love that they're returning, what is it, Reed Bailey, is that his name?
Reed Harris.
Thank you. They have another kid. I'm just going to pull up ourlads.com. Shout out to ourlads.com with the updated depth charts. Makes our lives so much easier in this line of work. But, yeah, give me a second. You guys fill the airspace while I pull up Boston College.
Nah, Reed Harris, when I was doing my research after you're talking about him. 6'5", 28 yards per catch last year.
Yeah.
28 yards per catch at 6'5". I mean, that's pretty special.
Yeah.
400
So only 17
yards,
catches, nearly 500 yards on only 17 catches is wild. And that's only in 10 games. So he played in 10 games, and in one of those games didn't record a stat, and that was against Louisville. So, I mean, even if you take a 9-game sample size, he's averaging 2 catches a game currently with his stats from last season. 2 catches for almost 60 yards. That's pretty insane, right? Touchdown every other game almost. I like him a lot. I also like this other kid. What was his name? Jaden Skeet. He looks to... Oh, come on. Of course, it won't click right when I need it to. Watching him a little bit, he looks to be like the gadget, kind of do-everything wide receiver. Good athlete, just from what I've seen. So, honestly... I think he's a secret weapon in what they've got going on at Boston College. But, yeah, returning a bunch of guys on offense, relatively pretty experienced offensive line. They have a transfer at center. But returning almost everyone on their defense. Didn't add anyone through the portal, looks like almost – I mean, their whole secondary is back pretty much. And I do want to highlight one guy on their defense, and it's Davion Crouch, number 1. Their will linebacker. This dude's a freak. I watched him against North Carolina. The dude was everywhere. I mean, 77 tackles, 6.5 tackles for loss, 2 sacks, 3 QB hits, 2 forced fumbles, and 4 pass deflections last season. Honestly, I think he's going to be the guy on this defense to look out for. So I'm high on Boston College. Now, that doesn't mean I think they're going to win the conference. Let me be very clear about that. Right now, what was it? They are sitting at... Boston College isn't even on this list. What's their FanDuel, their win total this year? It can't be very high.
One sec.
One of the things I do like about Boston College, love Bill O'Brien.
I do too.
What is he back? Is this year 2?
Yep, year 2 with Bill O'Brien.
That's one of the things I like about Virginia.
Going in with a healthy quarterback.
Yeah, they got returning coordinators, returning coach. Like, that's something that the continuity of the team, like, goes a long way. But did you do a ton of research on the running backs over there? While Sam pulls this up.
No, I know they lost
Kai Robichaux
and Trishawn Ward.
We're looking at a 5.5 win total line.
5.5? Yeah, I think they can get to 6. I'm pretty confident they can get to 6.
Can you walk us through the schedule?
Yeah, I'm pulling it up right now. Let me go to Boston College. But in the meantime, William, you want to tell us a little bit about the kid that is named the starter?
Dylan Longerton?
Yeah. You don't have to know anything. You can just tell us anything about him, where he transferred from.
He's like 6'8", 300 pounds. I'm just kidding. You said I could say anything.
Oh, okay.
No, he's a Alabama transfer. Pretty sure he's a 4-star. And that is the end of my knowledge about Dylan Longerton. Brown hair.
Well said.
He has brown hair.
All right.
He's a sophomore now.
Had an Alabama helmet.
All right, so first game, August 30th, 11 a.m. kickoff at home against Fordham. And I certainly hope that would be an easy win. You can't say that at all in today's landscape with college football.
Unless Chase Edmonds is playing.
Unless Chase Edmonds is playing, okay. Biggest Chase Edmonds fan over here. Then they're at Michigan State. I think they can beat Michigan State on the road. I haven't done a whole lot of research on Michigan State yet. I will. Just going off of the knowledge from last year, Aiden Childs being their starting quarterback. I don't even know if he's still there.
Yeah,
He is.
They weren't very cohesive last year at all. now again could be year 2 in the system with Jonathan Smith. They could be better, but I'm gonna go on record and say that I think Boston College wins that game. I have them at 2-0 there. Then they go on the road and play Stanford, 3-0. Home against Cal, I think they win that one as well. 4-0. I know William is big on their defense, and as we will continually go, I'm going to convince everyone how good JKS is at quarterback. I'm very excited about him, but he only plays one position. There's 10 other guys on offense, and I am not in love with all the other things that Cal's got going offensively. So I'm going to say that they start out 4-0. Boston College is going to be hot. Maybe they're ranked going on the road against Pitt. I think they probably drop that one. I'm not super high on Pitt this year, but
It's going to be a fun one.
Tough road game. I mean, you're looking at...
As long as Desmond Reed's playing, it's going to be fun to watch.
Oh, yeah.
Right. I like Holstein and I like Reed. It's going to be a good game, but I think Pitt wins. They probably drop the next game at home against Clemson. But then again, I could also see that one being like the trap game. You just lost at Pitt, maybe in an embarrassing fashion. You get beaten to a pulp or something, maybe lose by 2 scores, whatever. And then Clemson, who will probably be coming in undefeated or 1 loss, highly ranked. Could be a trap game. But I'm going to mark it as a loss.
Is it at Death
Till
Valley?
we get there. No, it's at Boston College. Then home against UConn should be a win, 5-2. At Louisville, probably drop that game, 5-3. Home against Notre Dame, same story. Later game,
That gets
I imagine.
That is a tough schedule.
Yeah,
That is very brutal.
it's a tough. Yeah,
Oh my
they have a
gosh.
nice
At Louisville.
Starting out, I was just like, this is super chill.
Yeah,
I know.
super easy schedule. They get to 5 wins pretty quick after they beat UConn. I think there's definitely a path with Louisville and Syracuse where they could get to 6, maybe even 7 wins this year. But
Oh my god.
and if they could steal one of those ranked games against SMU, Notre Dame, and Clemson, because all of those games are at home.
Yeah, that is nice.
They are. Last year
That's
they
about
were
the
a
only
really
thing
good
about
home
that
team.
That's nice.
That is awful second half of the year.
Yeah, terrible
go
second half
Clemson.
schedule.
Gosh.
At Louisville, Notre Dame, SMU, Georgia Tech.
Oh, yeah.
5 of 6 weeks.
It is definitely
That is
not
quite
an
a draw.
ideal draw. Yeah,
There's
They got
no
to
bye weeks.
stack. They got
no bye
No
weeks.
bye weeks to save them.
None whatsoever. But I think
UConn
Syracuse is
is
going
their
to
bye week.
Yeah, UConn's their bye week. But you can't sleep on UConn. You can't.
no.
The Fighting Jim Moores.
No, you can't look at that nasty 4-game stretch that you have starting with Louisville. You can't look past UConn. You can't look past anyone. So, let me do my numbers here. I think they start 4-0. They could beat Pitt. I have them losing that game. Have them losing to Clemson. So 5-2, 5-3, 4, 5, 6. I'm 6-6 officially, but I think their ceiling is 8-4. With
Wow.
How do they get to 8 wins, Philip?
How do they get to 8 wins?
That is a tall ceiling.
That means they pick up one of the games at Pitt or Louisville that I currently have them losing. And maybe a home win against Georgia Tech. I know Haynes King wasn't fully healthy last season, so if it's mainly dependent on if Georgia Tech is fully healthy, because that's their last home game. It's senior night. I think they will be competitive in that game. If Haynes King plays, Georgia Tech all the way. I have Georgia Tech, and we'll talk a little more about Georgia Tech in a sec. Yeah, I think that's definitely going to be a tough game for Boston College at home, but still, the path is there. 8 wins it's doable, not likely. Right now they're sitting at 5.5. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think 6 wins for sure with Boston College. Yeah, so
There we go.
there's that. Thoughts on that?
Thought it was great.
No, thanks. What about Boston College? What do you feelings, concerns? This is all dependent on if Grayson James.
You're the biggest Boston College fan here, so we have to rely on you.
I know, I am big on it. It's
I'm
all
just-
based on Grayson James. If what is it, Dylan Longernon or whatever?
Well, if if you love Grayson James so much, Dylan Longernon just beat him out.
I know. That
must
says
mean
good things
Dylan's pretty
about
good.
Dylan Longernon, so it makes me feel better.
And I sure hope I'm saying that name right. I
No,
cannot
I
stand
think
it when
you're
people
right.
do that. Lonergan.
What?
Lonergan.
Spell it.
Loner,
Okay.
G-A-N. I thought there was a
Loner.
G.
Lonergan. Something like that.
Lonergan.
You have to say it with the...
But he's from Georgia, so
Bam.
you got to say
Oh.
it with a little bit of an accent.
I'm not even going to try the Georgia accent. But yeah, so that's me, Philip Witter, saying I think Boston College surpasses that 5.5 win mark. I think they get to 6, and it does come down to the last game of the season, so it's a scary one.
And I'm thinking big respect
Yeah.
to you
Okay.
if that happens. I just do not see that happening.
Great. Now,
Just
do we
tough
have
draw,
the
tough
rest
draw.
of the big, not the Big Ten, the
ACC?
ACC? So I
Yeah.
have my next team is Duke,
Ooh.
sitting at 6.5 wins. That can't be right.
Let's
That
check
feels
That
low.
feels
Wow.
really low.
I mean, if they
We
got
got to
another
pull up that
ACC
schedule.
gauntlet, then
Oh, we have to pull up their schedule because 6.5 wins. Yeah, I mean, they don't have
They
the
got
toughest
Tesla
schedule.
University week 1. They got Elon.
Yeah, home against Elon. They should.
Illinois week 2.
Yeah, Illinois
brutal.
week 2's tough, but I
At Tulane.
honestly,
brutal.
like I said, we haven't dove into the Big Ten. We will be doing all of the other conferences next week in our next episode. But, and this could change next week when I really dive into Illinois, but I think Duke can win that game. I really like Duke. I love Darian Mensah. I love that they're returning that, is it Jaquez Moore? Is it Jaquez Moore or Jordan Moore? They got one of them coming
They got
back.
both.
They have both of them.
Jaquez Moore is the running back.
Yeah,
Jordan
so
Moore's
then
the
it's
receiver.
Jaquez. I'm thinking about Jaquez. It's
Yeah.
like the Jaquez and James Rodgers
Yeah.
back in the good old glory days of Oregon State football. But Andrell Anthony, former Michigan alum and Oklahoma wide receiver. Honestly, he hasn't really stuck anywhere. He played well at Michigan and then transferred to Oklahoma. Didn't really pan out at Oklahoma. I think this is that fresh start. He's a grad transfer. Think it's going to be a big year. Cooper Barcate?
Cooper Flag.
Yeah, essentially Cooper Flag.
True.
He is at Duke, so I think he will be somebody that they lean on as well. Grad transfer, and I believe he's an Ivy League kid. I think he's from Harvard, if I'm not mistaken.
Harvard, man.
Harvard. He's a Harvard man. So, honestly, I think they have all the makings to be a sleeping giant in the ACC. Returning a lot of guys on defense. They have a healthy mix of experience with seniors and also a couple of younger guys in the secondary. Honestly, the biggest thing for me is Darian Mensah and the receiver transfers they brought in and just the offensive weapons that Mensah has to work with. I think Duke's going to be just fine. So I have him winning against Elon. Have him, for now, this can change. This is a coin flip. Have them beating Illinois at home, beating Tulane at Tulane.
Beating Tulane.
They're what?
That's going to be a fun one, though.
I know, with Retzlaff now.
Darian Mensah's return to Tulane.
Did they give Retzlaff the job?
I'm
We
sure
don't know.
he'll probably win the job.
You never know. Brendan Sullivan's there.
He's
Former
only,
Iowa.
he's only been there like 6 weeks. So.
Yeah, I could
but-
see him not getting the
Yeah.
job right off.
By week 3, I imagine Retzlaff will have the offense figured out. He should be the guy.
I like Brendan Sullivan. As an Iowa fan, I was giving him crap earlier. I think he's going to win. I think he's going to win the job.
Over
out the
Retzlaff?
gate. I mean, like we said, Retzlaff is a walk-on from 6 weeks ago. Like, kind of tough to turn that around.
Yeah, but we're talking, I mean, BYU was 9-0 at one point. They were number 6 in the country, and it was with Jake Retzlaff at the helm.
I just know a lot of off-the-field stuff like that can really bring you down mentally. It can
Right.
really get into your head. So we'll see. I mean, it's the
And
whole
they
Deshaun
have-
Watson situation. Deshaun didn't get.
Yeah, but he didn't
also
they
have
drop the
other
charges?
experienced
Yeah,
quarterbacks.
but he hasn't played like he was back in Houston.
Right, but he also took a whole year off.
But it's been like 4 years now.
Yeah,
Where'd
right.
he go?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
What happened?
We're still waiting.
I'm just saying it's a question mark whenever somebody's dealing with some sort of life changing
Well, you know
outside
what?
of football thing going on.
Fair enough. I was gonna say with Deshaun Watson, he's probably still got some of those soft tissue things going on because he's banned from every massage parlor.
Might be a little tense.
He's a little tense, so he just doesn't play as loose as he should. But yes, I think Darian Mentz's homecoming to Tulane, I do think that they pull that one out. Not that Tulane's a slouch.
Game day question mark?
I certainly hope so. We'll have to look at the slate for the 13th. I'm sure that there's other games, but yeah, Tulane and Duke is going to be a good one. But yeah, I have them 3-0. And then home against NC State, as William was saying. NC State's not super strong this year, so I think they win that one 4-0. At Syracuse, not super high on Syracuse, but, you know, first road game in conference, always a tough one. I could see them dropping it. I'm going to go ahead and mark it as a win just because I think Duke is a better team, but I am leaving room for the what do you call it? The sleepwalking into your first away game of your conference schedule. I think they could still be asleep at the wheel. Like I said, don't think that's going to happen, but I'm leaving the door open for that possibility. With that being said, 5-0. Have them beating Cal on the road. And then here's where I think your first ACC Duke college game day game comes in at home against none other than the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. I am so high on Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech may be undefeated by that point. Duke, at this point, based on my calculations, will be undefeated. We could be looking at a top 25 matchup.
They're both really smart. So.
They are really smart. They are really smart. Good schools. Very good education. So if you go to any of those schools, Duke or Georgia Tech, let us know. How is your education going? I imagine well.
They have a great master's aerospace program.
Where?
Georgia Tech.
I believe that.
Shout out Alex Roberts for that.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, right. And shout out Atlanta. Dylan Long or whatever. Loner.
He's no Alex Roberts, though.
Just call him Dylan from now on. Dylan. He's from Georgia. Atlanta, Georgia. Home of the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets, who I think may win the ACC this year.
I don't think he could wear a pair of aviators.
We'll get
like
to that,
he is,
though.
but
Win the
get to
ACC.
that. Win the ACC.
Okay.
Yes. Dethrone Clemson. But we'll get there.
There's not just Clemson there.
And SMU. I know. But Georgia Tech's
It's
three.
funny that you're putting
And Miami.
It's funny that you're putting SMU in front of Miami.
Where was Miami last year?
Right up there.
Yeah. To win.
They were a game
The
out.
end. Yeah, a game out. SMU nearly beat Clemson in the ACC title game, and then got walked by Penn State. It was an unfortunate turn of events for the ACC, but
It happened.
I keep forgetting about Miami because honestly, I'm not that in love with Miami. But I know Carson Beck is a good quarterback. They will always have weapons.
ton of talent.
Yeah, a ton of talent roster-wise, but not a fan of Cristobal. But anyway. Then, so I will say Duke loses to Clemson next game for sure, but they lose at home to Georgia Tech, making them 6-2. Then they go on the road at UConn. UConn has popped up on quite a few of these ACC
Yeah, they need money.
schedules. They need money. They're an independent still, right?
I think so.
Because it's what UConn, UMass, and then the Fighting Irish out in South Bend.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then home against Virginia. I have them winning that game. No offense to your Virginia Cavs.
That's all right.
It's gonna be a tough one, right? Then they play their arch rival North Carolina in Chapel Hill, and I don't think North Carolina's very good. So I'm going to take Duke in that game, and then I'm also going to take Duke against Wake Forest. So I have them going 10-2.
Wow.
Which I think right now they're sitting at 9.5. 6.5.
Need to get you an ACC T-shirt.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, definitely Duke.
You know they gotta play each
That's
other,
a
right?
bold
They gotta
one.
what?
They gotta play each other
respect
in the
it.
ACC, right?
I know, but yeah, give me 9 or 10 wins for Duke. I really like them this year. 6.5 wins seems really low, and I'm just saying, I think they clear that mark for sure. Now, jumping to my favorite team in the ACC this year. I don't think they're the best team by any means, talent-wise, but I am enamored by Haynes King. I watched their spring game today. Oh my gosh. He may have played 2 or 3 drives, and he looked amazing. Let me tell you. He had this one ball on the first drive. It was a maybe a third and short, third and medium, but it was a go ball on the right side. I'm telling you, he couldn't have walked it over to him and handed it to him any better. Now, the receiver did not make a play. Not athletic enough, whatever you say, whatever you want to say about that receiver. Didn't make the play. DB made a good play on the ball, but honestly, the DB didn't even make a play on the ball. He had to play the receiver because the ball was put in such a good spot. That's how I think of Haynes King. Plus, his athleticism makes him a dark horse Heisman candidate. He's got insane weapons with Eric Rivers transferring in from FIU. I mean, he had 1,400 yards last year, like 1,100. He's a stud. They say he's a burner, deep threat, you name it, gadget player. The dude's nuts. Then they got Malik Rutherford coming back.
Stud.
He's also a stud. And I know they lost, was it Eric Singleton? Also a stud to Auburn. Is that where he went? Yeah, I'm pretty sure he went to Auburn. But I think they did a good job addressing the fact that Singleton was in the portal, bringing in more wide receiver talent. And then here's my guy, all right? J.P. Howell, true freshman, recruit. I think he was a 4-star, but that kid is lightning in a bottle. Watch the spring game, number 20. Watch him. The dude is lightning fast. It's like watching Dree Archer, but with some more size. Just the burst that he has, it's next level.
That's a lofty comparison.
It is a lofty comparison. Now, he's a different player than Dree Archer, but seeing a guy get out of the backfield on just a flare, you know what I mean, or a flat route to the back to the line of scrimmage, he gets out of his break so quick. Once he hits the hole, he's gone. He actually does well with contact. Usually when guys are that quick, they're skinnier, they have a slender frame, they don't like contact. From what I saw, it didn't seem like he was afraid to get hit. The kid's nuts. And he was actually he was dealing with a concussion during the spring game, but wanted to play so bad that he said, screw it, I'm going to go out there anyway. And he did, and he balled out. They also have, obviously, Jamal Haynes, who's a dog. He's practically a receiver playing running back. And then they have, I can't think of the guy's first name, but Maddox, their backup running back, who's also a dog. Their offense is insane. They're returning a lot of production on defense. They have all of the makings, and they have a coach like Brent Key, who honestly lives and breathes and bleeds Georgia Tech gold. He bleeds blue and gold. I think he is as close to a Kenny Dillingham as you can have at Georgia Tech. He's going to do awesome things at the program. I'm very excited. It fired me up when he was talking about how much he hates Georgia last year before the game. That was awesome.
Love to see it.
I love good old-fashioned rivalries.
So close.
Oh my gosh, they should have won that game. That was so much fun to watch. That might have been, outside of ASU Texas, might have been the game of the year for me. I had so much fun watching that game. There were lots of great games.
Bama, Georgia?
That was a great game to watch, but Yeah, it was a good game. That was a good game. But I was not as invested as I was in rooting for Georgia Tech to take down Georgia. You know what I mean? Whereas
So
like
close.
Bama Georgia was a fun game because you're watching a bunch of future NFL guys duke it out in a high scoring matchup where Alabama ended up beating Georgia and dethroning them. It was like 42-34.
Clemson, South Carolina.
That was a good game too.
That was a lot of fun.
That was a lot of fun watching Lenore Sellers take it to Clemson was nice. But no, I mean, having those games where the Georgia Techs of the world, where they're a 7 or 8 win team, and they're playing their number 7 ranked out of conference rival, it was a lot of fun to watch. I turned that game on in the fourth quarter, and from that moment on, it was electric. So, that being said, I'm going to jump into Georgia Tech's schedule, and you guys tell me how delusional I am. Sound good?
We'll be ready.
You guys are ready. Okay, first game at Colorado. I think Georgia Tech beats them by like 2 or 3 touchdowns.
Do you have the lines on these?
I could pull it up. Let me click the game. So right now, Georgia Tech is 3.5 point favorite.
Oh, wow.
I would hammer that.
Yeah, I would hit that over.
Dude, Georgia Tech is going to beat them by 2 scores minimum in my head. And I'm comfortable saying that because I don't believe in Colorado this year. They have a lot of stuff going on. Dion had a lot of health issues this offseason. And honestly, I'm so glad he's healthy. I think Dion is great for the sport. He's such a good coach. He's a great role model for a lot of young athletes. But I think Georgia Tech's going to make him wish that he stayed home. They're that good.
Yeah, I think Georgia Tech gets that game too.
Not only just that game, but let's take a closer look. Then you get Gardner Webb
Yep.
at home, where it's a 12:30 kickoff.
We'll just keep it moving. We don't need to spend.
No. We're not going to spend a ton of time on Gardner Webb.
Yeah, let's go 15 minutes, Gardner Webb.
But let me pose it to you guys this way.
All right, I'm listening.
In theory, they should be beating the tar out of Gardner Webb by half. Right?
Yes.
You have the opportunity to pull your starters, rest them an extra half, keep their bodies healthy, going into a home matchup against Clemson the following week, 9 a.m., which I imagine will probably be the ABC game or the CB, whatever, prime time.
ESPN.
It's probably ESPN, but I figure ABC is going to be that's kind of the primo.
ABC.
You know what I mean? Should be 2 ranked teams. If Georgia Tech is ranked at that point, honestly, I don't know where, the polls have them so far. They probably were receiving votes, so I'd have to look into that. But give me Georgia Tech over Clemson.
I thought you were going to say over Gardner Webb.
Give me Georgia Tech over Gardner Webb. Let me go on a limb and say
I
that.
never did say that.
No,
Yeah.
I'm going to take Georgia Tech at home against Clemson.
Wow.
Georgia Tech is number 6 at receiving votes, so that puts them at 31.
31?
In the AP.
Yeah.
So I think
So if they have a solid performance against Colorado and then they handle business against Gardner
a
Webb,
2-win score over Colorado and
Yeah.
a
Probably
cover of the
puts them
spread
close.
against Gardner Webb,
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
think
that
you're
could do
looking
it.
at
25, 24.
you're looking
I mean-
at 20s range.
Yeah.
If this is based on TV ratings, you got to see Georgia Tech ranked.
Yes.
For that game.
Right. The only issue with that game is it's a 9 a.m. kick. You
9
know what I
a.m.
mean?
our
9
time.
a.m. our time. So 12 o'clock kickoff on the East Coast. Yeah, I should probably preface that we're going to be dealing with we're going to be using Pacific time because that's what we rock in Arizona. So 9 a.m. kickoff. Start the day, not start the afternoon. You start the day with a 9 a.m. kickoff against Clemson, where Georgia Tech, I think, pulls off the upset.
Yeah, I certainly could see it.
It-
Notable giant
This
killers.
one's not as out there as
It's not,
Yeah.
but it's I just believe it's a home game. Fans are going to get psyched with the momentum of what they're doing. I see it going one of 2 ways. they hold their own, they punch Clemson in the mouth, and they win by a touchdown. Maybe a touchdown and a field goal if we're being generous. Or they feel themselves a little too much, which I don't think a Brent Key coach team would be. But they could get blown out. I don't think they're not going to lose close. It's
Are they
either
gonna,
a blowout
are they going
or
to be
win.
able to handle the Clemson passing attack, and are they going to be able to run the football against
We'll find out. I think we'll find out.
Clemson's two strongest.
Attributes, yes. I don't think Georgia Tech is going to dominate on the ground by any means, but all it takes is for them to break off one or two runs, and they have the athletes to do so. I like Jamal Haynes a lot. He's also lightning in a bottle, but J.P. Howell, I think, is going to be the big game-changing player in that game. He's probably going to tote the rock 4 or 5 times. I think he could break one and change the whole makeup of the game. Especially if Georgia Tech is consistent, if Haynes King plays consistent football, takes what they give him. You're giving Eric Rivers and Malik Rutherford the option to beat them with their legs by catching those short to intermediate routes. Haynes King could probably complete 30 of 37 passes for like 280 yards in this game. But as long as he's consistent and he's reading the field well, I don't see a reason why Georgia Tech can't win this football game.
Yeah, I'm right there with you.
Right? I love it. Now, moving on. Home against Temple. Should be a win.
Yep.
I don't want to overlook Temple, but I did some research on them. Wasn't in love with them, but I know that they have some good players, and they could definitely make some things happen. At Wake Forest is the first game that scares me.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, and it's not because
Clemson didn't scare you?
No.
Not like the Demon
Wake
Deacons.
Forest.
Wake Forest scares the crap out of me if they beat Clemson. If they lose to Clemson, they beat Wake Forest by like 3 scores.
I
that
will
make sense?
say,
It's a
Wake
trap
Forest's roster is full of productivity.
Yeah.
Like FCS transfers, group of 5 transfers, lots of guys that's played lots of ball. That being said, I wouldn't classify their talent like I think Georgia Tech out-talents them.
Yeah.
And their first year under Jake Dicker, like, it's going to take some time. So I don't think Georgia Tech should struggle too bad with that one.
No, it's not more so I'm shaking. It's if I had to, take out my pen and circle a game on the schedule that is a bona fide trap game, it is Wake Forest. Everyone else, I mean, you're at Duke. That's actually a really good matchup. I had Georgia Tech winning that game. Home against Syracuse is a good game for Georgia Tech.
If Georgia Tech going into that Wake Forest game is undefeated, they're going to be top 15 in the country.
Yeah, they'll be higher than
Maybe
that. Because at this point, if they beat Clemson,
might be top 10.
I would probably, if they beat Clemson the following week, they're number 12. 11 or 12. They beat Temple handily. You maybe move them in the top 10.
Depends on movement.
Yeah, I would say it depends on movement. I think the voters are going to see the win against Clemson depending on how it goes. If they come out and dominate Clemson, like start to finish, okay, they're going to get their flowers. But if it's like...
But that has to happen.
It has to happen, right? If they beat them by like a field goal, you know what I mean? They're going to see that as the classic highly ranked team comes in, gets kicked in the mouth by the home team and the crowd and everything, and they just kind of snuck one out. And they won't give them the respect they deserve. That is the only reason I'm thinking, okay, they're probably only going to be... They're going to be on the outside looking in of being a top 10 team, but AP voters aren't going to see them as a top 10 team until they get all the way through their schedule. Because then they have number 5 Georgia at the very end waiting for them. But going back to... So Wake Forest, they win that game. I have them at 5-0 there. They beat Virginia Tech at home. They beat Duke on the road. They beat Syracuse at home. 8-0. If they're 8-0, NC State scares me. If they dropped one in between there, whatever. I'm just going to save us all some time, and I'm going to say Georgia Tech finishes 11-1 with their lone loss being to Georgia.
What'd you have on the Duke schedule prediction?
I had Duke losing. I had Duke losing
to Georgia Tech.
at home to Georgia Tech because I'd said I think Georgia Tech is going to win the ACC. Outright.
Whoa.
Outright.
Okay.
Conference championship,
I
that
love the
changes
boldness.
because, I mean, you're talking SMU, Miami, Clemson. They're playing one of those three teams. If they play Clemson again in a neutral site, they probably lose. I'm real enough to know that that's probably the case, but Georgia Tech is my
Proud of
sleeper
you for
playoff
that.
team. Georgia Tech
That takes a lot to admit that.
Thank you. Georgia Tech is my sleeper college football playoff team. I think they could sneak in and be this year's Indiana or this year's SMU.
I like that.
I like it. That's not too far out.
Right, and I don't think so. I think they have the roster makeup and the senior leadership at quarterback and the coaching staff to get it done. So we took a long time on Georgia Tech.
Do we want to hop into the week 0 games?
Yeah, we might want to jump past the conference.
Yeah,
we
we'll skip over the American
got
and the Mountain
really
West.
passionate about the ACC.
Yeah, I really did.
ACC.
I do want to go through
I
the
did
Big
like
12,
you
though, because the Big
briefly.
12 has a
All
lot.
right,
We'll
let's
go
do that briefly because
We're running long. So we'll do that briefly. We'll jump into the week 0 games, and then we'll do a quick outro and hopefully wrap this up in the next 15.
What's catching your eye in the Big 12?
Obviously, ASU.
Yep.
I think ASU has, right now, looking at their roster, we don't have any weaknesses.
The question mark right now is center because they're
we're replacing
Ben
Leaf.
Coleman.
Yeah.
Trying to move Ben Coleman over, but he's an first team all preseason, like all
All-pro guard.
first team all conference
Did I
preseason.
say all-pro?
Yeah, you did. That's all right. I was fumbling over
They're
my
kinda
words
pro,
too.
though.
Yeah, right. All semi-pro. Yeah.
But he's sliding from guard
To
to
center.
center. Word on the street is they've been working in the Iowa State transfer, Wade Helton, at center.
Yeah,
because
I heard that as well.
Ben Coleman's snaps haven't been great. That could just be whatever. But
Our lads
that would
actually
be-
had Helton starting at center
Dang,
last time I checked.
They've been on it. But that's
But I
like
can confirm that.
that's the only, like you were saying, weakness that you can really see from this team.
Yeah, that's a major concern right now. And
If
then-
you would even call that a weakness.
Right, if you would even call it a major concern or a weakness,
And
but
if
that's
we can
like the
grow
only.
it
I mean, it is.
with
He's a
the
freshman.
additions and growing of getting to the quarterback.
Right,
in the
getting
pass
to the
rush.
quarterback.
Right.
The run defense was solid,
Mhm.
returning the linebackers.
I mean,
The interior D-line
we're
was
returning
solid.
every single player on our D-line. Prince Dorba, CJ Fight, Jacob
With
Rich
some additions,
Kangaika.
too.
Yeah, added
The
Mike
JUCO
Heel
transfer.
Gardner. We did. Zach Swanson's still here.
I'd
Elijah
like to-
O'Neal, Justin Watley.
We'd all like to see Clayton Smith get to the backfield.
Yeah,
a little more.
and apparently he's
And
looked
he
really
can.
good in camp.
He looks great. And I
Right.
think he's going to take that jump.
I do too.
Former 4-star,
5-star.
former 5-star.
He was a
Depending
former
on who you
5-star.
ask.
He was a 5-star.
I think
Yeah,
it depends on the
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma, but yeah. No, he's certainly got the build, the profile. He just wanted to take that next step. I mean, he's got. You'd love to say first round potential. He's got a first round frame,
Mm-hmm.
Just
but
got to get to the quarterback.
right, he's
Right.
got to put together your productivity to do that.
And one thing I love is the fact that we're also returning almost every starter in our secondary.
Yeah,
Only one we're missing is Shamari Simmons.
When that hurts.
Yeah, it does hurt. And
the soul.
LaTerrence Welch, who's now at
last
UNLV.
chance UNLV.
Yeah, last chance UNLV, who very excited about UNLV. We'll get into that later. But yes, I mean Keith Abney, he's gonna play. He's an NFL guy. He's gonna play himself into honestly being talked about, being drafted. I mean,
Second or
I
third.
think I was gonna say his ceiling might be day 2. If he plays really well, he could be a day 1 pick. He would have to play insanely well
What
to
do you
get
think,
that,
William,
to get that
frame-wise,
level.
speed-wise?
Right. A
Or-
resident scout.
Keith Abney.
Yeah.
I think he's certainly athletic enough to do it. I think he's an absolute playmaker. 5'9", I think is what he's listed at height wise. Maybe he's
Yeah, I'll pull up
maybe he's
his
a little
info.
taller than that, but that's the only thing that would scare me is height. But he throws his body around and
Listed 6 feet.
oh wow, man.
He plays. He looks smaller on the field than he.
Yeah,
actually
he does
is.
look smaller on the field.
6
Sorry,
foot
Keith.
190.
I didn't mean to do you
That's
like
crazy.
that.
Look at that smile. That's a
Yeah,
good smile.
See, now I'm feeling
He's not,
bad.
Now you feel bad.
He's not too pissed off.
That's
No.
all right. But I bet like
9 pass
James
deflections
Foster,
last year.
the draft guy. he was talking about Keith Abney being CB1 in this class.
Wow.
Like, he watched his tape and he's
That's high
like, dude,
praise.
I love this guy. So Keith
I
Abney
love
is
it.
rising draft boards.
I love that. And
Certainly could be a first-round guy.
as he should be, honestly. Getting to watch him last year was a treat. Having him and Javen Robinson
Out of nowhere.
really out of nowhere.
David Robinson, just big time.
He is
plays.
big time. He's our
time plays.
Trevon Diggs. He's in
He'll
the
give
right
up a
place
lot
at
of
the right
big-time
time.
plays, but
yeah,
he's going to make
right
a lot
place.
of big-time plays.
And honestly, I don't even feel like he gives up that many big time plays.
No.
Not at the level that
was just being
Trayvon Diggs
silly.
did. But now what I love is the fact that we added Kindrich Breedlove and what's his name? Nyland Green.
Both Purdue transfers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Nyland Green was former 5-star.
Yeah. He's running
So
with
he
the
has
twos.
he is running with the twos, but he has the ability and the athleticism of a 5-star. I think with this coaching staff, if you can get him right, you have an insane corner. But that means he would have to take over for Abney. Ultimately, I think this team is super deep. You know,
Good problems.
great problems to have. I mean, I remember watching Rodney Bimage at the spring game. He was running with the ones, and that may be just because they maybe resting a few guys, or some of those transfers weren't quite here yet. But he was running with the ones, and he looked pretty good, honestly. And he's currently listed as a backup. Like, he's running with the twos. But you have him. You have Adrian Wilson. What was he? Washington State transfer, coming for the Brian Ward defensive experience. Montana Warren, who I think has a lot of potential to be good. Obviously, last year he gave up 2 pretty big plays against Texas that directly led to them going up 14-0 like that. So, anyway, we could talk about ASU for 30 years. I love that we have a kicker.
Yep.
Finally, Jesus
That's the most
Perez.
important piece.
Not Jesus. Is it Perez Gomez? Right, Jesus Gomez.
And he is
Jesus
very, very good.
As I've
He is
heard
very, very good.
as I've heard him referred to as Jesus Gomez from certain podcasters out there.
I love it. Well, I also have, so outside of ASU, big fan of Kansas State. I think Avery Johnson is a dark horse Heisman candidate. I love Dylan Edwards. He's lightning in a bottle. And if you can't tell, big fan of the one cut and go backs who just have that lightning in a bottle potential to score on any given moment when they have the football. But K-State is an obvious candidate to win the Big 12 with ASU, and so is Iowa State. So I don't want to take too much time on them. I know we kind of dove into ASU, but we had to.
Let's not
We
forget
had to.
about Texas Tech and Baylor.
I have Texas Tech and Baylor in my next, kind of like my next tier, whereas they're not the obvious choice. Texas Tech may be more obvious because of their transfer
I
portal
feel like
class.
they're very obvious.
Right, but I say they're not obvious purely because it's all unproven, whereas Arizona State, Kansas State, Iowa State, all proven. They were there. They did it. Kansas State was a game away. Right, maybe 2 games. They might have dropped another one late, but they were practically a game away. If they beat ASU, didn't let us walk them on their home field. I said it. I looked at the camera, said, every Kansas State fan, we walked you on your home field.
Hot knife through butter.
That's right, like a hot knife through butter in the first half
first
at
half.
least. First half, yeah. First half of football was great,
And then
it was just
the booty was clinched for a little bit.
we were a little tight,
That was
but
an ASU second half.
Yeah.
it was definitely an ASU second half. Anyway, moving on from that, Kansas State, great football team. Iowa State, obviously ASU, once again, like hot butter, like honestly, like hot butter. Yeah, it was a
This
hot
one was
knife,
hot knife through hot butter.
hot knife through hot butter. The butter was boiling as the knife was going through it. It was a fun watch. Cam Scataboo,
Scat pack.
Scat Pack was an awesome game for us. Iowa State still very respectable team. Love Rocco Becht. Obviously, I know you kind of disagree on this, but I don't think they've done enough to replace the production of Higgins and Noel, two 1,200-yard receivers. So, William, I know you have a different opinion on that. We were talking about it earlier, but if you want to dive into that.
I mean, that makes it sound like I think they're going to be able to replace those guys.
No, let me rephrase that to where I'm not making you sound like that. You feel like they did a good job at replacing the production with what they were able to get. They're totally replacing the actual value of the production. Like, they're not going to get 2,400 yards from the new guys.
Yeah.
But with what was available, you think they did a pretty good job.
Yeah. I like Chase Soule. I think he's a big athletic guy, good yards after catch, big play receiver. I think he's got a big opportunity this season. I like Eli Green from North Dakota State, 900-yard guy at North Dakota State. And then between him and Xavier Townsend, whichever slot pops this year, there's not a ton of depth in the receiver room. I think that's what's a scary thing. I don't want to say that they're going to replace the production of Jaden Higgins and Jalen Knoll, but I certainly think they have pieces to compete, is what I would say. Like, it's not going to be as glorious as last year for them, but
honestly, I'd love nothing more than to see you be right, because I like Rocco Becht. I like Iowa State. I love Matt Campbell. Shout out Iowa State, because honestly, Dad's from Iowa. Shout out Brock Purdy as well, a guy we used to play in high school. Very, very cool guy, very nice guy. Perry Puma. Very, so we root for Brock. We rooted for him at Iowa State, so I got love for Iowa State. All the Cyclone fans out there who think that I was just dogging them because we beat you guys in the Big 12 championship.
Maybe
I do
we should
love you.
Go through the Big 12 teams, give like a quick sentence on each of them.
All right.
So we can get to week 0.
All right, sounds good.
Arizona State.
Love. No weaknesses.
Yeah.
The best.
Yep. Arizona.
Trash. Yes.
I think they'll be a little better than people think.
I do too. They have a lot of production. They got a lot of good transfers at receiver.
Yeah, I like
so.
Seth Dagey.
So we'll say
Middle of the pack for me. Bottom, like lower middle class, you know what I'm saying?
bottom feeders who will surprise people.
They'll have a couple big ones.
Shout out Kevin. All right. BYU.
Hate. Oh, look at us. I hate BYU.
Yeah. Disgust in my tummy, but yeah, probably.
They're
think
probably average
I'm gonna say
with Bear.
they're the 6 out of 10. No one ever complained about a 6. So
Yeah.
They can
Give
get
me
to
6.
7 wins.
Yeah, they'll probably go bowling.
Yeah.
Baylor. Really like Baylor.
Love Baylor.
Love quarterback.
Explosive.
Good Christian man, that's Sawyer Robertson.
Yeah, Sawyer Robertson.
Cincinnati.
Don't know much.
Oh, okay. Here we go.
Underrated.
Super underrated. Under the radar, flying those stealth B2 bombers. They are as scary of a team as that gets. That's in the Big 12 that people do not see coming. We see them because they beat us last year, so we've been looking in on Cincy for a minute now, but the rest of the conference is definitely not ready for it because they were riddled by injuries last year, and they are going to destroy with Brennan Sorsby.
Yeah, big Brennan Sorsby fan.
Evan Pryor. They added another portal running
Tawi
back.
Walker.
Yeah,
from Wisconsin.
Yeah, I like that. A lot of good ads.
We'll see how their receiver transfers do, but yeah, I think they got a solid offense.
Mm-hmm.
Brennan Sorsby is really the thing that makes me excited about Cincinnati.
Mm-hmm.
Colorado.
Unknown.
I was gonna say uncertain.
Depends.
It makes my tummy hurt.
They went as
Like,
the
it
quarterback
gives me
position
bubbles.
went last year.
Right.
So we don't know what they have at the quarterback position.
It's
Right.
right now. It's either Caden Salter or
Julian Lewis.
Juju Lewis. So
I'm thinking it's going to be Caden Salter. I think they're
think
just
it's
going to be
gotta be.
solid,
yeah, I mean,
tough
yeah.
team you probably don't want to play against, but nothing to like really scare you.
They're not the Shador Sanders and Travis Hunter led Colorado Buffaloes from last year.
Yeah.
This is a 6, 7, maybe 8 win football team. Maybe
6-7.
6, 7. I don't even know what that means.
So uncultured.
I know. I gotta ask some young folk.
I had to go to parents.com to find out what that
Oh,
meant.
did you?
And I still didn't understand it. Sam
Right.
had to explain it to me.
Do you know what it means?
You have to go down your own journey, brother.
I will. We'll save it for
Kids
after
are
the
going to be
pod.
watching this.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
All right, what's next?
Ready to go to the next team?
Next team?
Yeah. Let's go. After Colorado, we go Houston.
Oh, I love Houston.
Underrated.
Super underrated. Definitely
Solid
will
roster.
outperform. I think I have them listed. They're one of my 5 tier 2 teams. So I think I don't know what
Their ceiling
FanDuel
is
line
as high as Connor Wegman takes them.
That's honestly exactly why I love them. They have the potential to be like a bowl team. They might go bowling this year.
They got a couple pieces in the portal. Tanner Koziol from Ball State, the tight end.
That's so nice.
They got-
He's huge.
He's like 6'7", 6'8".
I know.
But yeah. Iowa State,
Love.
Ready?
really like.
Yep, gritty. Gritty's a good one.
Gritty. There we go. The superlatives. on
Winners.
this guy. Kansas,
Fast.
underrated.
Yes.
I feel like I'm just gonna
also
keep saying underrated.
Well, I just think I'm just gonna say weapons.
Everyone's
Dangerous.
everyone in this conference, for the most part, has a chance to get
To pop.
to the title. Yeah,
Yeah. Well, that's how it was last year. There was at one point
it's the beauty
the
of the Big
11
12.
way. There was the
Best conference
there was
in
the
college
potential
football.
for the 11-way tie during the last 2 weeks of the season. Do you remember that?
Is there a better conference in college football?
Nope.
There was. It was the Pac-12.
Mm.
Now we've brought that same kind of energy and chaos to the Big 12.
Yeah.
So the Big 12 is the most fun conference in football.
Yep. Which equals the best.
Yes.
All right.
Keep it going.
Kansas State.
Love. Title contenders.
Absolutely adore this team. They're my favorite team outside of ASU.
Yeah.
They just do it right.
They do. Well coached. Got a good team around them. I
Yep.
love it.
Oklahoma State.
Snooze.
Who knows?
Dreary
Yeah.
is the outlook for
They
the
actually
Cowboys.
they added who's their quarterback this year? Oh no. Never mind.
Zane Flores.
Yeah, I'm good.
No
I was like,
offense
I was
to
doing
Zane
research.
Flores, but
Well, I was doing research on
he's
them.
not a
and
very notable
I was going so quickly
quarterback
through all these teams
in this
that
conference.
they all just kind of mix together at times. So I'm like thinking, oh, I thought they got somebody. They did not. So I was wrong. Definitely fade Oklahoma State. 0-9 in the Big 12 last year.
Yeah, Mike Gundy, man.
Poor
It's
Mike
tough,
Gundy, man.
Tough way for him to go. Is he on the hot seat after this year?
Unfortunately, I don't want it to
The second longest tenured coach in college football, maybe the longest.
be. I know. If he can show some, like last year, that team looked
It's a cutthroat business.
broken. You know what I mean? And they didn't have a quarterback. If Zane Flores can show something, give their fans some hope, maybe they win 4 games. Who cares?
If they pull
He's
off an
not
Arizona
easy.
State, it will be crazier than what ASU did last year.
I would agree. I will put my stamp on that. With ASU, it's like we had a quarterback. We just happened to lose them. And then we had an unproven quarterback. Whereas they have not had a quarterback for like 3 years. And they were still productive 2 years ago. And without, what was Spencer Sanders' first year riding the bench at Ole Miss.
Yeah, that was crazy.
That was the dumbest
wild.
transfer.
Wild time.
Anyway.
All right, TCU.
Furry.
Very furry. I'm going to say explosive offense. Here we go. It's like the reverse mullet. It's party up front, wide open in the back. No defense, high octane offense. Fun to watch. It's going to be a lot of high scoring games for TCU this year. A lot of furries in the end zone.
Hard to one up that, but I like Josh Hoover. I like TCU's offense. Don't know a ton about their defense, but I think they're a solid team. Texas Tech.
Daddy's money.
Yeah, Daddy's money's good.
They got that oil money out there in Lubbock.
Probably the highest ceiling of any team in the Big 12, but the gap between their ceiling and their floor may be the largest gap of any team in the Big 12. Because they're comfortably in the conversation with the top dogs, but they have the potential to totally flop and win 5 games. And it could totally blow up in their face. So
Texas Tech.
5 games?
5 games.
5
No,
games.
that's
sign
that's
that
their
paper.
floor. I will. I'll sign that paper. 5 games. Not that they're going to win 5 games. I think they win 9 or 10, and they're going to be comfortably in the Big 12 championship race. But I'm saying, due to how many transfers they got. Now, they got a lot of good transfers, but putting it all together for a full season, the question marks are mainly around their depth, because they got a lot of good players, but what's behind all of those really good players that they brought in? That's my question. If they can stay healthy, they're a really good football team. If not, it could fall apart real quick.
That's fair.
All right. I think that's a little out there. I don't think there's a world Texas Tech doesn't go to a bowl game.
I would agree with you, but I think there's a chance.
All right. UCF.
Honestly, I have no idea.
No idea what's going on.
They got ravaged
They got a new stadium name.
by the portal,
They did.
but they probably
What's
reloaded
it called?
in some regard.
Bounce House.
Bounce House.
Scott Frost.
Oh god, no, I'm good. 4 wins.
Weird.
They got a fun running back, Jaden Nixon.
Did they have a fun receiver last year?
Yeah.
Is he still there?
Are you talking about Kobe Hudson?
Yeah.
He's in the NFL now. Yeah, they got killed by the portal. Probably not going to be a great year for them. Utah.
Dark horse.
Indeed.
Utah is
I think they're gonna be
scary.
good.
I think so. Devin Dampier, Kyle Whittingham.
Nope.
What else needs to be said? Lander Barton. 96 Lander
96
Barton.
overall Lander Barton.
He lives on.
Of course he does.
And then West Virginia.
Super high on them.
Honestly, really good roster.
Very good
Who's
roster.
starting a quarterback for him?
Nico Marquez.
Nico is?
Markiel. Shout out
Still
the
there?
Hamilton Huskies, baby.
Yeah, pride of Hamilton High School.
The
lefty.
alums.
The hefty lefty. But not the
Hefty.
not so hefty lefty.
Dog.
Yeah, he's a dog. Very athletic lefty.
Coach Tuck called him a warrior, and that might be like the best compliment anyone could get from anything ever.
Yeah.
To get a compliment from Coach Tuck. Come on.
And dude, I was always afraid he would chest bump me. And if he did, that I would go flying.
He
through a
slapped the
wall.
table when we were talking in film one time, and the whole room shook.
Dude,
the legend of Mark
It's
Tucker.
funny. Yeah, I was gonna say the legend grows the further we get from high school, because I remember the stories of him making a Gatorade bottle explode because he threw it at the ground so hard.
Yeah.
After you guys,
And that's the kind of guy that's giving this compliment about this quarterback.
I know,
Nico Markiel's a dog.
terrifying human being.
We'll see. He hasn't had the greatest college career yet, but
I don't know. He played pretty well in relief for Garrett Green last year.
yeah, I think he's played solid, but like in comparison to maybe where I thought he'd be by now.
Yeah.
But
Fair enough. I like that. I like West Virginia a lot. The Big 12 is going to be super competitive this year. Obviously, everyone's going to be chasing ASU
yeah.
purely because we are the top dogs.
I
We
think
won the
West Virginia's
conference.
just going to be a fun middle of the pack team.
Yeah, well, that's the unfortunate nature of the Big 12 is I think there's probably 7 or 8 teams that legitimately could be considered title contenders, but due to the nature of the grueling Big 12 schedule, you got to play each other, right? Like the ACC, you got to play each other.
Yep.
So they're gonna
That's why they're the two
beat
best
each other up.
conferences in college football.
Oh, for sure. We'll dive more into that next week. We'll jump into that. All right. So that's mainly the conference breakdowns.
How long have we been going for?
Oh man, we've been going for a minute. We just kind of been going.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah, no, it's we're at like an hour and 24 minutes, but I think there's
maybe we should wrap it up.
Yeah,
week 0 might not be getting.
Let's make it quick. We'll go quick and then we'll wrap it up.
Quick.
All right, first game. You want to pull up the lines?
Yeah, I had them open in a second.
Okay, 9 a.m. There's 5 games.
Hey, give me 1 second.
9 a.m. kickoff is Iowa State versus Kansas State. That game is going to be in Dublin, Ireland. Forgive my terrible Irish accent, and I hope Conor McGregor does not see this, because then I would make an enemy for life, probably. But, yeah, always a fun game. Last year, Florida State, Georgia Tech was a great game. The year before, Nebraska, Northwestern was an even better game. So, honestly, it's been, so far, a great tradition for college football. I love the game. Once we have... Do we have the lines up?
Yeah, we got
Kansas
State -3.
Oh, Kansas State -3.
Kansas State.
Yeah, I'm hammering that.
I like Kansas State -3. I like Kansas State in the game.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, I like that too. I think a lot of these close matchup games that are coming in with the guy Vegas has at 3-point favorite seem to be the good bet. Like in the what was it? There's another Colorado line. Who does Colorado play week 1?
Georgia Tech.
Yeah, so Georgia Tech came in at -3. Line. I think the Vegas having these guys, and also with Ohio State, Texas.
2.5.
Ohio State's coming in at -2.5, -3. I think these 3-point favorites are the way to go.
Yep. Until we're proven wrong.
All right, we got Idaho State, UNLV.
Yep.
Excited for that game to see.
There's some fun people to watch.
Yeah,
much so.
UNLV, last chance UNLV. They got 7 4 5-star transfers on defense.
Like, before we jump into UNLV Idaho State, tell me a player on Iowa State and Kansas State that we should be looking out for that maybe everyone doesn't know about, like that receiver from North Dakota State.
Yeah,
or the guy who's
for
gonna take
Iowa
over.
State offensively, I would go with Eli Green. I think Chase Soule is going to make himself known, but I think Eli Green is kind of the sneaky guy on that offense that could be a chain mover, a big player on that offense. I think defensively, Will McLaughlin, 6'4", 240. I mean, all 3 linebackers are 6'4", 240, which is just bonkers.
Yep.
But hurt last season and returning this season, so that's kind of my guy to look out for there.
Okay.
Kansas State, or are we going?
You could do whatever.
All right, I'll just move to Kansas State. Kansas State offensively, oh my gosh! I mean, everyone.
It's kind of hard because everyone's already known.
Dylan Edwards is everyone knows Dylan Edwards.
It doesn't have to be somebody that nobody knows, but if there's one that you know off the top of your head that people can look out for.
All
Who
right.
they got at tight end?
Garrett Oakley is
He's
kind
a
of the
dog.
main guy. You
He's a dog.
watch out for all 5 tight ends.
All 5. Yeah.
Garrett Oakley, Will Swanson, Will Ancio, Braden Lofton, and Lincoln Cure.
That's
There you go.
that's insane.
Lincoln Cure was
We'll
the
wrap-
number 1
we'll
tight
wrap
end
on that.
recruit
Yeah,
in the
that's
country
crazy.
last season, and he's entering a team that has already 4 tight ends that they play all of the time. So all 5 tight ends are the one guy you want to watch for.
There you go.
There you go.
Defensively, Kansas State, you're going to watch out for VJ Payne, 6'3", 210-pound safety, absolutely smokes people. Very involved in the run game, love their defense.
Agreed. Now, UNLV Idaho State, the line was 25.5 in favor of UNLV. Believe that the over/under was 64.5, 63.
ESPN has it at 65.5,
65.5. That's even better.
and they have it at -26.5.
Too many
Minus
points.
26.5. Jeez.
Too many points.
Honestly, yeah, too many points for me. I would take the under.
Unless UNLV puts up a 50 bomb.
Yes, and Idaho State scores 3.
If UNLV does that, Mountain West favorites.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we didn't even talk about the Mountain West tonight.
I
But
think it might
yeah,
take a little
UNLV.
while for UNLV to get going. They don't
Yeah,
even know who their quarterback is yet.
We're split on this podcast. We are split. We have some that like Anthony Calandria. We have some that like Alex Orji. Honestly, I think it's just going to be fun to watch.
Yeah. They
No
got
matter what happens,
2 fun players.
they are both fun. And my fear for UNLV is that Alex Orji plays really well against Idaho State.
Why is that a fear?
Because
You've outed yourself as an Anthony Calandria guy.
I am not naming names, but I am an Anthony Calandria guy.
As am I, but
Big Anthony Calandria guy. But
Alex Orji's a fun player too.
he is a fun player, but they're different players. And I think
The passing element would be better with
Calandria,
Yeah.
yes. And I think they need that in order to truly unlock their offense. Whereas, I mean, in the wise words of Taylor Lewan, former Michigan great and one of the boys, they went, 7-5, and they took out the A button. They just completely forgot how to pass the football. They just ignored it. They said, we can win 7 games by only running the football, and not in the way that Navy, Army, and Air Force do, or the triple option schools. But they just decided to turn off passing and still won 7 games, made a bowl game. Honestly, it's impressive. The fact that they still won 7 games in the Big Ten. But anyway, Alex Orji. That's who he is. I'd like to be proved wrong because I think UNLV is going to be a fun team, but I think Anthony Calandria he's the John Mateer light, as you were saying. You kind of described him that way.
Isn't that you?
Now, I said he's like John Mateer, and he called him John Mateer light, which I think is accurate. He's not quite as
He's a low-cal version
explosive
of John Mateer.
He's the gluten-free. He's the gluten-free John Mateer. Gluten-free and vegan.
He's the I'm watching my figure version of John Mateer.
Right. He's the protein style.
Do we want to jump into Kansas?
Yeah.
Let's just
We'll
bang
jump.
through these last 3.
Sorry, yeah.
Kansas W.
Kansas for
High
sure
on
is a
Kansas,
W.
Low on Fresno State.
Right. Fresno State's going to be bad.
I still think Fresno State's going to cover.
You think so? What's the line? 12.5? 13.
I think Kansas probably covers that.
I also think Kansas covers. I think Kansas adding LaShawn Williams and having Daniel Highshaw
And
with Jalen Daniels, they do have some solid receivers. Nothing too crazy, but all in all, high octane offense. It's going to be fun. Fireworks.
Fresno State got gutted in the portal offensively, so
And their defense isn't very good.
trying to replace Jeff Tedford.
Jalen Moss.
Yeah, honestly.
I'm talking about the head coach. But
Head coach and their whole offense.
I mean, they made a good hire, I think. Matt Entz, the former North Dakota State coach, 2 natties at North Dakota State, but just the talent, overall talent of the roster, I think is just lacking compared to Kansas.
Yeah.
And then we got
What's
Sam
next?
Houston State, Western Kentucky.
Yeah, that's
Two
an
solid
interesting one.
teams in the Conference USA.
Last time I checked, I thought Western Kentucky was like 10-point favorites.
They are.
It is. Western
That's
Kentucky
crazy to
10-point
me.
favorites.
Sam Houston State literally beat them in the Conference USA title last year.
They also got
Got it. In the
hit by
portal.
the portal. Some defensive players, some running backs. They replaced those running backs, I think, even better running backs. But
I honestly think
they
Sam
also have a new
Houston,
head
I
coach
think.
this year.
And who's Western Kentucky's quarterback? Is it McIver? Maverick McIver?
Maverick McIver.
Abilene Christian. Yeah, that's the hard thing is I love him.
That's why I'm picking Western Kentucky. They
To
got
cover?
the QB.
What is it? Is it 10 or 10?
Before you make a splash this summer, grab your life jacket. Make sure it works. Make sure it fits. Then make sure you wear it. Rock the float because life jackets save lives. Discover how at
Life
8.
jackets save lives.
Life jackets save
You
lives.
heard it here first.
Are we still recording?
I don't know what just happened right there. There was an ad that popped up on Our Lads, and that was the ad.
That's awesome.
It was that life jacket save
good to
lives.
remember.
So remember that. This is a podcast for doing good.
Saving
Wear life
lives.
jackets. Saving lives. Wear life jackets when you're out on the lake or in the ocean. So
Sam, do you have any thoughts on this game?
No.
what are the
Fair.
what's the
I got nothing. I haven't
are-
watched a single play of Sam Houston State.
yeah.
Or Sam Houston or Western Kentucky.
It's Sam Houston
I
State.
haven't watched
but I
Western
don't know why
Kentucky
they-
since Corey Davis.
Western Michigan.
That was Western Michigan. See, no, it's cool. Western Kentucky had Austin Reed, Bailey Zappi. Oh my gosh, who was before him?
Oh, they're the Hilltopper.
Yeah, Hilltoppers. Yeah, Air Raid.
No, that's
Mike White.
I was thinking
Mike
Brown.
White.
Dowdy.
I was thinking Brown.
Brandon Dowdy is who I was
I
thinking
was
of.
thinking Brown, not Red.
Yeah.
How can I disrespect the team with the best helmets in college football?
And the best mascot, arguably.
The best
Big
helmet
Red.
with the mascot on it.
What's is it Big Red?
Have you seen
No,
the big
I
red
think-
helmets?
Is that?
Yeah,
I
they're
think-
they're awesome.
yeah,
But
that's
they're
fire.
chrome. They're just their chrome helmets with the red stripe and the Western Kentucky.
They know
flag.
how to
It's
put
clean.
together a
Yeah, they
uniform.
do. They have some clean unis, and honestly, it's gonna be. It's not gonna be a sexy matchup because I don't love Sam Houston State's unis, but
I think they're pretty nice.
yeah,
It's a
but
fun matchup though. That's
It's
an
red and
underrated game to
orange.
watch.
It's not necessarily like it's not like a sexy like red versus green matchup. It's red and orange. So I'm not really a big fan of that. But to each his own. What's the line on that one?
Yeah, -10 Western Kentucky.
What's the over?
60.5.
Wow. Is that just because of Western Kentucky? They got to put it together.
I'm gonna say
McIver, he is kind of
I don't
that mold. They hung
why I
40.
don't
They hung what 51 on Texas Tech last year, and he had like 400 passing yards. He was a dog. Anyway, you know what? Give me the over.
Yeah,
Over 60.5.
Maverick McIver.
I think
He's a
it'll be a
difference maker for
closer
me.
game, so I'll take Sam Houston +10. But yeah, probably Western Kentucky by a touchdown, like 38-31.
And last one, we got Stanford, Hawaii.
This is the most
Hawaii
fun one.
opens at -2.5 point favorites with
This-
a 50.5 line for
I
the
think-
over-under.
I think this game right here is the best game for sickos, for college football
Week
sickos.
0 Hawaii games are always a treat.
Yeah,
Oh,
it
yeah.
is. But now they have I mean, Braden Shager was a good quarterback for Hawaii.
Why are they making an ACC school travel all the way across?
Yeah.
Don't they know?
Yeah, right. Those poor East Coast fellows.
I know.
Over
Why
at
would you make an East Coast school?
Stanford.
Go all the way across the country.
All
and
the
then
way.
All the way across the Pacific Ocean.
Oh man.
It's just not right.
Of course.
Who's paying for it?
Everyone in Palo Alto right now is punching air because we don't know where Palo Alto really is. I'm just kidding. We know it's California, West Coast living. Shout out the Pac-12, but give me Hawaii. Give me Micah Alahada.
I think this is
Alahada.
another one of the
-3.
Week 0, Week 1, -2.5, -3 points.
You take
like
those
it.
points.
I think
agree.
it's what was it last year? Clemson, Georgia. Georgia was
-3.
-3, -4.
They might have honestly been more than that. I honestly remember Georgia being
Might have been 4 or 5.
yeah, it was something. I could just be
I
remembering
think
this
these
wrong.
short number favorites.
Yeah, but you're
on
right.
The first week of the season are a good indicator of how the game's gonna go.
Well said. I like that a lot. But yeah, I had the pleasure of watching the Micah. Is it Alahado or Alahado?
Alahado.
Alahado. Okay, I didn't want to just mispronounce his name. I know it was one of those, but Alahado. His 450-plus yard passing game, 5 touchdowns against New Mexico, last game of the season last year, and the kid looks insane. Like, gave me very clear flashes of. I'm gonna say prime, but I don't mean that in the sense that this guy's not still a good quarterback. I mean that the one season, but prime Noah Fafita, like that year. Yeah, that year that they won 10 games and they won the Alamo Bowl against Oklahoma. That Noah Fafita was terrifying. I mean, 70% completion percentage, throwing 350 yards a game. It was like, for the real sickos, it was like the Trent Bourget experience when we won 3 games. And he averaged
Nice.
350 passing yards, and he was the only reason that we enjoyed watching
50
football.
passing
that year.
attempts.
Yeah, 50 passing attempts.
Yeah, that was a great. Well,
was a good-
it wasn't a great.
Was it
time, but
Ex-Valide?
It was fun to watch
No,
offense.
it wasn't
Ex-Valide. Yeah.
Was it Ex-Valide? Really? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That guy should be on an NFL roster somewhere.
Yeah.
He should be, but
He is.
he's on the Bengals practice squad, right? He was for a while.
He's somewhere.
He's somewhere, and he deserves it because he's a dog.
But yeah,
Shout out X-Valide.
Bouncing around.
Right?
I like Hawaii.
Yeah, give me Hawaii.
Stanford,
over?
first year, Frank Reich.
50.5.
I don't even know if it gets to that.
Yeah.
I think like 28-17 Hawaii. Yeah.
See.
It's like, what, 45 points? I think that's pretty solid. I just don't think Stanford's all that good. Now, I don't think Hawaii's defense is anything special,
great
but
coach.
they do.
Great GM.
I do.
So, there's a culture shift.
Yeah, there is. But I don't think the effects will be felt this year. They got to raise some more money. Get some of those engineers to give back a little bit.
Engineers don't give back.
Yeah.
They take.
Yeah. That's right, because their jobs take years off their lives. Yeah, all the stress and going bald and growing a beard before you're 30. Anyway, we respect engineers. I can say that my dad is bald and was bald by the time he was 30. So anyway, that's about it from all we got. We did our conference breakdown, the week 0 preview. Next week we'll have probably a little more structure. We'll stay on, and that's my fault. That's my fault.
That's my fault too.
I got locked in on the ACC.
Yeah, you love Georgia Tech.
I love Georgia Tech,
and I love Virginia. So
We're going over Gardner.
We're not going to apologize.
Gardner Webb do games for 5 minutes.
Yeah, that was also Georgia Tech. Unfortunately,
Georgia Tech.
It was unfortunately my 11-1 Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. But
if I didn't have a 9 to 5, I could stay up asleep.
That's right. I don't have a job right now, so we're good. Yet. I don't need to announce this.
Before you make a splash this summer, grab your life jacket. Make sure it
That's our
works.
outro.
Make sure it fits.
Look at that.
Then make sure you wear it.
Wear a
Rock the
life
float,
jacket,
because
people.
life jackets save lives. Discover.
That's awesome.
Sign us out, Philip.
That's awesome. All right, well, we've been at this for over about an hour and 40 minutes. 100. We said we were going to do about 30 minutes of content today, and we locked in big time. So we had some mic trouble early on. It's what honestly kept us from recording earlier. So
we overcame some adversity.
next time we'll probably do an episode around this length, but we will prepare for it. And that's on me because I didn't get the mics situated. But yeah, like I said, this is give back to the game. Our podcast is our big focus is we want to create awesome, in-depth college football content for people who really love college football the way that we feel like we do. We live and breathe college football. College football Saturday is a holiday in all of our homes. So we wanted to create content that really mirrored that and allowed people like us to engage with college football with us. So that being said, please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, as well as follow our social media accounts, and please engage with us on all of them. We love the feedback on everything that we're doing right now. On TikTok, we've got some awesome videos up, so feel free to go check those out. On Instagram, we've got, I think, some of the same videos. YouTube, we've got some awesome highlight videos from all the days when William was just grinding film and cutting up his own highlights. That's sicko material. You are a bona fide college football sicko. So
Number one.
Yeah, he's our number one sicko. And so yeah, engage with our content, like, subscribe, follow, write us some comments, give us the feedback that we need to really help improve our content and grow this platform. So with that being said, I don't have a really good outro or one-liner outro line, but we love you guys, everyone that's going to watch this. Give back in some way this week, whether it's in the community, to your family, or whoever. So, but peace. That was a good episode, guys.